Alrighty, it's your boy Zxous, and we're back with another Goddess of Victory Nikke video. And today we're going to be talking about if you should continue summoning on the Sakura banner. Now, if you guys want the short answer, because I'm not going to waste your time, the answer is no. But I'm going to explain why now. So essentially, Sakura is a character who obviously is a character that's, I feel like, is only going to be good in certain situations where it's not even like necessary for you to summon at all. But should you go for dupes of this character? The answer is simply no. She's a character who doesn't need dupes at the end of the day. And we're going to talk about it real quick, right? She is a character who doesn't really benefit from dupes, right? Well, let me not say that. Every single character obviously benefits from dupes, but there's no point for you to chase dupes for this character because she doesn't gain anything from her skills. The only skill that actually gets some type of benefit from her dupes is her burst skill. But still, it's not a massive increase. It's not a massive boost at all because it's an attack percentage increase buff of her attack. So obviously by getting dupes, you're increasing her attack even more, but it's still not worth it. It's not even close to being worth it, right? Every other skill she has does not depend on her having dupes or not, right? The only part of her skill that depends on her having dupe is this attack buff. Burst skill cooldown doesn't matter. Enemy projectile damage increase doesn't matter. Defense increase doesn't matter, right? But like I said, dupes obviously benefit every single character. It's a dupe that increases all stats, but she's just a character that doesn't really benefit from it, right? Again, even in the long run, in the long run, she might be good. It depends on, again, what boss or enemies or whatever content they bring where wind type enemies are. You can even see here, right? You know she's for the train because if you look here, it literally shows, like in the trailer, her first opponent is the train, right? I don't even know if it does that for any other enemies, right? I think maybe it does that for everybody else. I mean, let me check real quick. Let me check. So yeah, I just went and looked at past should you summons that I've made and some other people's videos on past banners, and literally none of them showed them going up against the train. So you literally know that this is an indication that she is literally meant for the train, right? This is the first time they've showed her up against a boss or for a preview, right? It's not no coincidence, especially since her whole kit is basically related to what the train does, right? That's why, again, I don't feel like you need dupes for her because one, her biggest feat is something that only activates once, right? It only activates one. Her biggest feat is going to be this right here, the damage delta code win code enemies, right? The train is a win code enemy. It activates once per battle. Cool. All right, damage to interruption parts, that's also for the train when the train is in the red circle state. I want to say the second phase. And then also projectiles, the train is another enemy that has projectiles and stuff like that, and you kind of want to get your burst going on quickly for the train. So like her whole kit is literally meant for the train, right? Now I'm not gonna say she's only good against the train. I'm not gonna say she's only good against the train. She's good against she's good everywhere else, right? Against a lot of bosses she's gonna be useful. Even just having this damage projectile thing is gonna be nice. Again, any win-coded enemies, chapter 20 and 19 are all win-coded enemies. That's going to be useful. Right, the damage attack increase it's not a lot, but it's still an attack increase, right? And the reason why I say it's not a lot is because, again, it's an attack increase based on her attack. It's not 23.76% attack increase to your attack. It is, but it's 23.76% attack increase based on her attack. So it's just 23.76% of 21,000. This number right here, right? Of 21,000, whatever number that is. So that's how much it is, basically. So, yeah, I mean, in PvP, will she be that great for dupes? Like, dupes will matter for her in PvP, I want to say. But in PvP, she could die. A lot of the win-coded enemies in PvP are very good characters, though. Let me actually show you guys. A lot of the win-coded characters in the game are, that are like actual units, are PvP characters too, or at least are very good in PvP. So she does have a lot more value there, especially if you do get the full burst. Because I think, like, let me pull it up. Who's the win-coded enemies here? for example, you have Noah, right? Dala, Pepper, well, Guilty never being used there, I don't think. Diesel, Volume, right? These are some characters that are always ran on PvP teams, right? So just having her to stop characters like this will be pretty nice. And then again, she does have the defense increase, which is still very, it's good, but the problem is it's going to take so long to get, right? I only think if you do plan on summoning, you should only go for one copy. That's what I generally think. I think if you do plan on summoning, only go for the one copy. We're going to get this to 5. And then I'm going to leave this skill level 1. I generally just think you should only go for one copy of this girl, and then that's it, right? You don't have to summon. She's not a must-have character, but if you want a character, like I'm sure you guys have seen lately, the Ludmilla and Sakura strat for Train. If you've seen that strat, then you probably want to summon, I would say, just because it's actually the most broken strat I've seen to date in this game, right? Way more broken than something like Biscuit and Makima. Way more broken, like, it's way too good. Because basically, Ludmilla is a character, what was that? Ludmilla is a character where when you enter a full burst, she guaranteed taunts all enemies, and damage taken is decreased already to herself by 57.86% for 15 seconds. On top of the fact that, on top of the fact that you're already decreasing enemies' damage dealt to you by like 50, 70, 90%, depending on what level your Sakura is. And then also when the last bullet hits of an ally, of the enemy, attack and defense is in... Wait. When the last bullet hits the target, no, that's something else. Never mind. I thought it was the other way around. That's something else. But yeah, this first right here is way too good. Way too good with freaking Sakura, because Sakura is lowering their damage though by 90%, depending on what level it is, right? At level 1, it's 50%. Still way too big, right? At level 5, it's like 70%. On top of the 50% from her, on top of the defense that Sakura is giving everybody, it's a bit wild. It's a bit wild, right? So if you do have Ludmilla and you want like I'm telling you, a very like consistent, not full clear, because you still need the damage. But if you want something, a team that can get you decently far in train based on survivability, you definitely want to summon for Sakura if you have Ludmilla, because I think that's probably going to be, if you just have the damage, that's probably going to be the new best train team in the game. Sakura, Ludmilla with like probably, I've seen people run Scarlet all the time, of course. I've never seen the strat with Modernia yet. I'm going to look more into this Ludmilla and Sakura strat, but as of right now, I think that team will possibly be the best team for train if you have the damage to clear it already, right? Which a lot of wills have, and it seems like a lot of wills are running the team because it's almost way too good. Right, not to mention, you don't have to worry about projectiles and stuff like that, because Sakura is a character who, again, it does more damage. Like, it makes it that everybody does more damage to projectiles. So if you summon and you don't have Ludmilla and you don't care for the train, you do not keep summoning. Heck, don't even summon at all. She's not somebody for you if you don't care for the train, if you don't care for anything regarding the train, right? Because again, even though she could be used outside of the train, her main purpose is train, right? You're snagging her for train. There's no way you're picking her over other characters for like tower or for PvP, right? It doesn't make sense, right? D is a character who's gonna be, you know what I mean? If you just want it for general bosses, D is going to be the character you want, because D makes it that attackers do like times 10 more damage to bosses. It's actually insane, right? And I would say actually D is a character, when D comes out, I'm going to talk about it more, but D is probably a character you guys want to summon for, so definitely skip this girl if you want somebody who can just do damage to bosses and make everybody else do damage to bosses, right? So if you want her for train, if you don't want her for train, do not summon. If you have Ludmilla and you do train and you want a better train comp, having this girl with Ludmilla will be like butter on rice. Butter on rice, butter on bread. Butter on bread. So yeah, keep that in mind, right? So yeah, you guys let me know what you think. Let me know if I hit all the points there. I'm thinking I'm missing some, but I kind of got my point across, right? Not really a character you need dupes for regardless, because she doesn't really benefit from dupes in terms of skills. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think. It's your boy Zxous. I'm out. Later. Peace.